Hello, everyone. We've got a Division 6 matchup here today in the Collegiate Chess League's 2023 season. This is round 4, and we have UC San Diego's B team against Rice University's B team. So the games have just begun. Let's dive right in and see how they're going. All right, so we've got Nikhil here for Rice. This is their top board, I believe. 1800 versus Lumen Eater. That's Marshall Hatfield, bottom board from UC San Diego's B team. I do see all 4 games underway, so let's check out some of the other players. Here we've got UC San Diego's top board, Haoping at 1843 against Suchir Misra, bottom board from Rice at 1672. So actually, I think these teams are pretty fairly even, although I do see, looks like Rice's second board is only rated 1471, so maybe the order's off a little bit, but they're playing against Ashley Ann Chen. But yeah, Bearded Owl. I like that their username has an owl in it because Rice's mascot, I believe, are the owls. So they're owls. We've got Pobby and Steven in the chat. Our 2 ambassadors and leaders from each school, respectively. Let's put a prediction in the in the chat. Let's see. We'll do who will win, UCSD or Rice. Let's start the prediction. Respectful, saying Rice is gonna fall. Cheering on UC San Diego. All right, we'll see if you guys put your channel points online. Our first match, despite B team being 3-0. Wait, your B team has won 3 matches in a row without playing at all? That's pretty good. I mean, pretty good record. Pretty bad for, I guess, league functionality. What's up with all these forfeit? I'm gonna have to figure that out. That doesn't sound right, but thanks for letting me know. Congrats on being undefeated so far. We'll see if your last month of no matches, if you guys can if you guys can squeak out a win here against San Diego for your first actual match. I should really look up like the results, I think, the records of teams in advance before I start covering them, because it's good to know what exactly is happening. So, all right. Looks like California Griffin Claw. Is that what that is? Professor Leach cheering on Rice. Very nice. Looks like San Diego's leading in the prediction. This is the first round. 0s across the board from everyone so far. Some of the games, though, getting down to the wire. Let's check in with Max versus Alex Brooks, DPY from San Diego. Man, I mean, just round 1, all these ratings seem so close already, which is pretty exciting. Okay, the knight is hit, and the knight defends the pawn, so black might be winning material here. Although black is a little bit behind in development. Right, they haven't castled yet, but this knight gonna be well placed here, although maybe white can kick the knight out at some point. I imagine the knight's gonna go here. Maybe you go here. No, the queen hits that. Okay, here, and now, like I said, maybe this is a move. Maybe then there's this. But Okay, yeah. Rook c1 has been played. Where does the queen want to go? Well, the queen cannot retreat on the c file, cannot take the knight. You can go here or here. You can also go here. These are your three options. There's nothing else besides that. If you go queen d2, you have access to these two squares. And if you go here, you can go this way as well as this way. You can also go this way. Queen d2 has been chosen. Rook here makes the most sense, in my opinion, preventing them from castling, because that wins your knight. DPY, low on time. Gonna have to pick up the pace here. Max has about 2 minutes. Here we have Suchir low on time. Suchir is at 38 seconds. How has over 2 minutes advantage. It looks like they're doing well. Up a bishop, as you can see. So top board from San Diego looks to be getting the job done. Trying to distract the rook from the second rank, right? The bishop wants to go here. Not to be played just yet. Looks like Hao is impersonating someone from North Korea. So that's fun. All right. Predictions about to close. It's actually pretty close. Rice has more points than San Diego, but by only about 200. There's a check. King steps back. King takes a pawn. Rook takes a pawn with check. King has to go to one of these two. Comes here. Rook goes after this guy. Rook takes pawn. Rook takes pawn. Rook's going after this pawn. You can't really save it, but what you can do is you can push your pawn, move your rook, and just continue to push the pawn. That check is a big deal, by the way. You could still go here. Check, and you're going to force this. Very nice. That's called a tactic. So Hao going to win the rook and going to win the game. So that's the first point of the match. Let's check back in with Nikhil. Top board from Rice. Very low on time. This could be an upset win for San Diego from their board 4, which would be a big deal. Although Luminator, I guess, is not their lowest rated player. So, oh, we have another result. Bearded Owl gets a point for Rice, tying things up. Oh, very low time for both these players. Let's see. Trying to trade queens. And flags. Yeah, DPY, no time. So Max gets a point for Rice. And let's see, last game here. What else have I missed? Okay. Queen and rook versus queen and rook. Black is up a pawn. White can take on f5. Huh. Now black's defending it. Black is up a pawn, but is very defensive in posture. This move, no, I was thinking rook f8 to try to save it, but white has evened the material. Trading here. So 2 pawns versus 2 pawns. Queen check. White's definitely ahead here. White's going to play rook to h4. Black hits the queen. Both sides under 20 seconds now. It's a check. A block. Uh-oh. Yeah, queen f5, kind of the only move there. That's a check as well. So you're forcing the queen trade. Oh, both players didn't take the queen. Oh my god, black was just winning. They had a free queen and they didn't want to take it. So they traded on f3. There's wild stuff. Okay. This is completely even, but we've seen some pieces being hung. Just check it out, I guess. Oh my word. All right. They might try to swindle each other here. Like, it might be tempting for black to play h6, but then check is going to win it. Maybe. Okay. Yeah, we might be here for another minute or so. We'll see. All right, now h6. Rook d7. Okay. I don't know what I'm expecting anymore. Rook c7. The swindle ability is pretty low here. Chubb PhD, good to see you again. I hope you're doing well. Rice is up by 1 right now, but it is only round 1 out of 4. And this is Rice's top board, so a draw is actually a good result for San Diego there. But San Diego is down 1 point after 4 games. So it looks like Max got the upset win over Alex Brooks. So that's why Rice is up right now. But that is round 1 of 4. So we still have 3 rounds left. Good result there from Marshall, getting a draw against Rice's top board. So yeah, plenty of chess left to be played. Round 1 is in the books. We're waiting for round 2 to begin. Do I have multiple tabs that I switch between? No. You can follow multiple games on chess.com. So what I do is I follow all 8 players. The scoreboard that you see that I have listed, there's a formula that I use to combine this follow link with the usernames. So I'll paste it in chat. Okay, so the chat broke the link, but if you copy paste that entire thing and you go to that URL, it will follow all 8 players. And so any game that they start will just automatically pop up for me. And then I can just switch between the 4 games. The Pro Chess League does this really cool scene where you can see all 4 games at once. And I don't know how they do it, so I might have to ask the chess.com broadcast team to figure that one out. But it's a pretty cool scene. Yeah, they're definitely way more like talented than I am. way more experience. So I'm just working with what I'm used to, I guess. Um, but yeah, you if you go to like there's like different tabs on the chess.com like slash play slash online. There's like games, and then you can click like watch. It's actually like somewhat confusing to be honest to describe it, but um, if you go to watch, there's a bunch of games that are there. You can watch like the top players play. And then anytime you click on one, it'll save that game. And then you can click on others to add more. And then, like the ones you selected, you can switch between them. So, right now, I see like the 4 games, but just like the players' usernames and their clocks. But I can only click on like one board at a time. So, this is the board that we're looking at. This is Alex versus Suchir Misra right now. And looks like both sides have castled kingside. Was this an Alpin? I don't think so. Let's see. No, this was a Ruy Lopez Marshall. Okay. Well, black is left with an isolated D pawn, which is under attack right now. White's threatening to take with either the queen or the rook. So black is probably going to defend it somehow. Although taking with the rook could potentially allow for bishop here, which would be annoying. But white needs to develop. They need to play for d4 at some point. So white's actually a little bit behind in development. Neither of these pieces can come out comfortably. So this rook is a bit stuck in right now. These players are within 5 rating points of each other. Yeah, okay. So bishop's hit if rook takes here. So that's... Then maybe there's this. This. It's a very interesting idea. But I don't know. Maybe it doesn't work. Maybe like this, or no, I don't know. I don't know. What I do know is that white's spending a bit of time here. Probably best is just to go straight back, and that's exactly what DPY did. Also, now if you take, there's this. Ta-da, discovery. So that's not good either. So this pawn is defended multiple ways tactically. Your setup is pretty neat. Thank you. Okay. Let's check on the other games. How is Hao Ping doing? Whoa. Won by resignation already. That was fast. Let's see what happened here. So Queen's Gambit declined. White just taking the space. Castles. Trade the light square bishops. Trade the rooks. Trade the queens. But resigns here. Okay, so after this push, we have queen trade. Knight is distracted for the time being, and then white just wins a pawn. But maybe an early resigner from Max. Only down a pawn here. And maybe just a simple move order here as well. Just trade queens. Knight takes, then push for e5. Who knows? But yeah, that game is done. He said he thought he hung it. He missed the knight was defending it. That is unfortunate. But yeah, gotta see that, I guess. But okay, to be fair, you still are losing the pawn. So still an early resigned, maybe. All right, let's see. We've got Nikhil now, who had a draw in the first round, looking to redeem themselves up against Griffin Claw. This is a nice knight, right? We have knight versus bishop. This pawn structure really blocking in this bishop. This knight complementing very well. right? Supporting all of these squares. We have one pair of rooks traded off. We see another trade offer from black, which is kind of interesting. I think white just has a better structure, so black is trying to get into an end game. All right, pressure on this pawn. The knight might come here now. Yeah, and especially with this last king move, like white, I think is pretty much guaranteed to win material. You could trade rooks and then play knight c5. It's one idea. You can also just play knight c5 right now. Although knight c5 right now, black could defend with rook e8. So maybe trading rooks is best. Black would have to find a counterattack. Maybe like bishop to h6. So we do see knight here immediately. And let's see what the best move is for black. Okay, he likes queen g5. Queen g5 makes sense. We see a trade of rooks first. King takes. You could take with the queen, but there's no reason to do that. King takes. Now black can give checks with the queen. Like queen f7, for instance. There's a check. The king can go. Probably like e2. You're just defending the pawn. Maybe... yeah, I don't know. King's defending the e-pawn, though, which was like the biggest weakness. Also, Nikhil is just up a lot of time. Over 3 minutes to under 30 seconds. So I think Griffin Claw's going to struggle to hold on to that one. Let's check on... back on this game. What is this, Max versus Alex? No, this is Suchir versus Alex. Okay. Well, clock's about even. Black has the bishop pair. Black's also making a flight square with this last move. Materially, white is up a pawn. Not so easy though, how to make a pass pawn for white. The bishops are also pretty good for black. Right now, just seems like a fairly even position. White's going to have to try to trade things down to see if they can get an advantage with the pawns. So we see a pair of bishops traded off. So we have knight versus bishop. This is black's bad bishop, because all these pawns are on light squares. Cha-cha chess. Hello. Thank you for the raid. How was your stream? Were you doing 4-player chess? I know that's kind of your thing, right? Cha-cha chess is a former player for the Collegiate Chess League, right? Ooh, black goes for b4, but perhaps a bit premature because knight to c6 is a fork. That's going to win the pawn for free, although perhaps there's a trick. So knight takes, pawn push, knight here defending the pawn, but then there's bishop here attacking the knight. And maybe black, even though they've given up the b pawn, they're going to get activity. Hello, Hamster and Radon. Good to see you all. Regular chess. That's cool. Well, if you guys are just tuning in, you're witnessing a Division 6 matchup here today. This is UC San Diego's B team against Rice University's B team. Right now, Rice is leading by 1 after 1 round. Here, trying to attack this pawn, but... oh, bishop bag. That's peculiar. This allows for white to defend, and they push the pawn. I was thinking black would kick the knight out, save the pawn. Knight has to move and then take on b2. But this allows white to hold on to that pawn advantage, and now they actually have 2 pawn advantages. All right, keeping this closed. Interesting. Knight here on a beautiful outpost. You can win material again. Trade down. This is really good for white. Although Alex isn't moving. Hello. 10 seconds. They played a3. If I'm black, I'm trying to save this. Maybe this, but no. I mean, I don't know. Why aren't we taking this? Right. Black is now in time to defend there. Let's check on Nikhil. This match is also very low on time. Let's see. We have queen versus bishop. I mean, white's just dominating here. Yeah, white's going to have force mate. Just don't play e7 there. e7's a very tempting move. Here and then trying to promote, you blunder your queen. So, all right, pawn push. Threatening this. Queen is back, though. Queen is back. Trade. Maybe like queen check would have been smart. Okay, you're getting this at least. I mean, white's still winning. You're up, what, 3 pawns? Seems good enough, right? There goes the G pawn. This king is up to no good. But this knight and pawn combo, completely cutting this king off. It's crazy. The pawns are continuing to roll. So Nikhil should be able to get a win after getting a draw in the first round. H6 hits. Bishop goes back, but G6 and G7's coming next. All right, a point for Nikhil, their first win of the match. Rice maintaining their 1-point lead. So let's see here. I missed one of the results. Did I give Bearded Owl their point? I think they got 2 points now. Okay. I believe that's right. And this is a draw by repetition here. Dang, white's winning. So that was a missed opportunity. Pushing through. Yeah, I mean, just... It's okay to give up this pawn, right? Check here, and then just like move this pawn. Don't go back. What is this move? You can also like take this if you want. You can bring the king up. You can push the pawn. You could push this pawn. There's a lot to be done here besides rook a5. But the time pressure perhaps making things difficult. So let's give a half point to Alex Brooks, who gets on the board, and a half point for Suchir, who also gets on the board. But that is a good result for Suchir, especially given the position. And Rice, they've won both the first 2 rounds, 2.5 to 1.5, which gives them a 2-point lead going into the second half. So they're up 5-3. 2 rounds remaining. San Diego yet to win a round. They're going to have a comeback in the second half. Steven feeling good, cheering on his team. Chubb, PhD from San Diego, hoping for more. Not the results that they're hoping for, especially given these positions, right? A win there, and San Diego would only be down by 1 point instead of 2. But they're going to have to work a little extra harder now in the second half. So waiting for round 3 to start. Here we go. Max versus Lumen Eater. This is board 3 from Rice versus board 4 from San Diego. Although I think the board order is like not reflective of the rating. Only for some players. Like the top players, I think it's right, but doesn't matter too much This format is all play all. Where it sort of matters is tiebreak, and it kind of changes like the match strategy a little bit, to be honest. But anyways, what was this? English opening with some sort of gambit. Pawn here, and then the knight did not take on e4. So white's just up a pawn. Is that right? Computer does not like this move. It likes d4, so that kind of makes sense. d4, knight f3, just really common, solid development moves. This. There's this. Can't be that hard to count upon an advantage. You never know. All right, we've got all 4 games underway. Let's check them out. We've got this one going. We've got this one here. Nikhil. Look at that bishop, though. Look at these pawns. I'm liking white, especially after this move. How many here would sack? Might be a bit crazy. Maybe like queen here. Pawn push. What else? Knight and bishop. Sack. There's like knight block. Probably a bit overkill. But yes, I do like Nikhil's position. This bishop is going to need some work for sure. But maybe eventually. Wow. We do see the Greek gift. Is it justified? I mean, the eval says it's still favoring white. So king takes, queen h5 check. King has to go back, only legal move. King g8. Not much time spent to think there. And now rook f3, the only continuation for white, and they find it and play it. They're going to play rook h3 and try to checkmate on the h file. Now apparently this isn't quite over yet. Black can play the move g6 here, right? Something to prevent white from playing rook h3. So attacking the queen is a very logical move. Let's see it. And still so much time for Nikhil. It's crazy. 4.5 minutes. Pulling the trigger on that. Let's check on some of the other boards. We've got Bearded Owl, who's 2 for 2. Playing up against Howe. Actually, these are the 2 players that are perfect so far. Both players 2 for 2. The only 2 players on either team with a 2 out of 2 score. So this is a big matchup here. Definitely the highest rated player that Bearded Owl is playing at today, Jacob Williams. Hao Ping is going to try to continue their streak as San Diego's top board. They're expecting to win. So especially with like a 400 rating point advantage on this rating in particular. Both sides about 3.5 minutes. Computer says black is slightly favored, but I don't know if that means much. Looks like we have a piece sacrifice. What is that about? Oh, because the knight on h4 is hanging. So a tactic, perhaps a discovery. After knight h4, black has this discovered attack. So winning material for black. And it looks like black is up a pawn. 2-0 advantage in the center in terms of pawns. So that's interesting. Black also might have the safer king. White's king side pawns have been expanded a little bit. Rook d1. Let's check on the other games. Here we go. Griffin Claw versus Suchir. Is this Ashley Ann or Ashley Chen? Okay. This actually looks pretty dangerous for white. What just happened? We had a piece sacrifice here, and the move is G3. Play G3. They play H3, and now bishop takes H3. A sacrifice. Queen comes out. Oh, it likes bishop H2 check. That is a brutal move here, and this allows for G3. There's nothing else to do. G3's been played, so that's good. Good defensive resource for white to find. And now black is contemplating trading queens or something else. Wow, it's saying the best move is to play rook e8, which is kind of crazy. They play rook e8 now, but it's a little after the fact. Still a good move though. I mean, white's just so behind in development, really. And now they're in a worse position. Or maybe they've been in a worse position. Suchir played a really good, bishop sacrifice on h3. So props to them for finding that. Bishop block. I feel like this makes sense. That also is allowing for white to bring the knight out to d2 later with tempo. So that's good. All right, knight takes, so black has the bishop pair now. Here you take either with the pawn or with the rook. If you take with the pawn, then bishop here is very, very, very annoying. All right, so yeah, rook takes, I think, is the move. A minute and a half. They take with the pawn there. Hello. That's going to be annoying to deal with. If you go here, there's this. It's not looking good. Let's see if black finds it. Yes, they do. It's not only a fork, it forces the rook off the protection of the e-pawn. So, is black going to play this move? I hope so. I feel like they should. This is a thing. Maybe they play here and then just go for this one. And or this one, actually. But I feel like taking now is probably best. All right, and they've done it. Now the knight develops tempo on the bishop. Bishop tucks back, making sure to defend f7. White can trade. They could also decline, but black's rook is going to come to e2, I think. So probably best is to trade bishops. And that gives you some time to play something like rook f3, maybe. I don't know. Or like rook f5 even. I do like rook f3 though. Rook f3 is one idea. Although, okay, computer is saying knight f3 immediately is better. Maybe the problem with rook f3 is you allow black to double rooks. Under a minute for Griffin Claw. Let's check on the other games. Here we got a game, both sides under a minute. Oh, and we have a forced mate. So yeah, bishop sacrifice, queen out, g6 played, queen up, knight in, rook's doubled, and now the move needs to be knight h5. Played, a sacrifice, f takes, queen takes, need knight g7, rook and need queen e7. The players are playing the right moves. This is where black goes astray. They needed the move rook f6. Rook f6 is crazy. You're not finding that. That was the only move for black. After this move, rook f6. And the idea is if takes, there's knight takes and the rook is trapped. You give it back for the piece and you'd be even after all of that. Pawn push and there's just no more escape square for the king, right? This pawn takes it and there's no stopping rook h8. They flag and they lose. That's crazy. Nikhil now 2.5 out of 3 for Rice Owls. Luminator won against Max with a checkmate of 2 queens. We've got 2 games left in this round. That's Luminator's first point for San Diego, keeping it close. Rice is still up by 2 with 2 games remaining here in the third round. What is going on here? Black looks good, but the computer likes white. Why is that? Somebody tell me. I guess white is up 2 pawns, but I mean, this king for white just doesn't look very pleasant. We have an exchange sacrifice. Queen takes. Hold up. Bishop takes f2. Oh my god, they traded. Bishop f2 was missed. At the very least. What's going on? The c pawn is hanging. I mean, white's up in exchange now. For what? You trade that last rook off. You take the c pawn. a5. I mean, maybe black can hold, but I doubt it. White just needs to trade off that last pawn, I think. We'll see. Yeah, threatening to take the bishop, because then, well, the pawn race is going to be close there. I don't know. Can white take that bishop? Pawn takes. And then I guess black would castle first, so maybe not. Maybe not. If the king goes over there, but... Just pin the g pawn. Go to the 7th, yes. And now push h6. Here you're allowing checks. I guess there were going to be checks anyways. Okay. That's a weird pawn push, but okay. King h5. Nope, that's... You just gave up a free pawn. Okay. Okay, king f5. King f5, yes. Rook check. Yes. King g6. Easy. Or maybe e6 was better. I don't know. But all right, here's the progress that we wanted. King over. Save the rook. Go a little farther away than that. Maybe don't block the rook on the 7th. Am I being too picky? Probably. Resigns. Bearded Owl continuing the wins, taking down the top board from San Diego. They are 3 for 3 now. Griffin Claw won. So that's their first win of the match. Keeping San Diego within 2. So they split that round 2-2, but there's only one final round left. San Diego's going to need to win 3-1 just to tie it. They're going to need to win 3.5 to a half or more to win in regulation. So San Diego probably going to try to force overtime by winning 3-1. That means they're only allowed 1 loss or 2 draws in this final round. Anything more than that, and Rice is going to win it. So Rice is in a good position to take things home. They just need to get at least a point to draw. Of course, they're going to go for more than that. So obviously, we got to keep an eye on the top boards. Both players 1800. Nikhil doing slightly better with 2.5 out of 3. Hao Ping got their first loss of the match handed to them by the perfect 3-for-3 bearded owl, Jacob Williams. And he's playing against Alex Brooks here, who's struggling at only a half point out of 3 so far. So this is looking really favorable for Rice. But Alex not going to go quietly into that good night. This good night, right? They're going to go out with a bang with H5, launching the attack. Black plays it first, saying no H5 for you. So that's interesting. Maybe white will continue with F3 and G4 and like bishop or rook G1 or something. Who knows? Yeah, well, there's F3 on the board, so maybe it's coming true. Knight here, though, trying to control the G4 square. So how do we get that knight out of there? Perhaps knight D5, trying to remove one of the knight defenders. Makes sense. So yeah, these are the two main games I'm keeping an eye on, the top boards and the top performer from Rice. This is probably, I mean, all the games are important, of course. But those are just like the focus games. This game, both players at 1500. Black has already castled. They've got a good setup. Let's see. White also looking to get castled. And what's the last game I haven't looked at yet? This one, Suture versus Luminator. These are the bottom two boards, and they're within 1 rating point of each other. Absolutely dead even. Well, not quite. Just off by 1, but yeah, Marshall from San Diego, they're at 1.5 compared to Suture's draw. We might have some Greek gift ideas here after this castle. But I don't think it necessarily works. Typically, the queen's on D1 and the bishop is guarding the square. The queen is guarding the square, right? But the problem is when the queen gives check later on, this knight might be vulnerable, right? So the queen comes here instead. An interesting decision. Perhaps opening up the E3 square for the rook. Yeah, I do like white structure typically. I love these bishops here. And these pawn structures in the center. Black might eventually play this to try to open up the rook and try to break at white's center, which is very strong right now. Bishop D3 defense. Oh, after the sacrifice. Okay. Yeah, well, H6, no more Greek gifts to be had. So yeah, I mean, 4th round, this is it. This is what it all comes down to. Is San Diego going to be able to come back at this point? I honestly don't feel like it. Things don't seem to be necessarily going in their way. Hao Ping looks like they're doing well, though, so that's good. Maybe this is what San Diego needs, their leader, to step up after dropping a game in the previous round. They're going to end on a good note here. So what exactly is going on in this position? White has yet to castle. Black has yet to castle. King side completely obliterated. We have pawn push, attacking the knight. Knight takes pawn, hitting the queen. Bishop takes, pawn takes. And queen here, which attacks the rook. So there's no time yet to take this knight, even though it is hanging. So what is the response from black? I guess you move the rook. You move the rook, but then you're going to lose the c pawn, right? So yeah, maybe there's like okay, king here instead, making sure the c pawn's still defended. But now there's no castling, so that's annoying. King here. So now the knight on d5 is hanging. You gotta move it, right? That or you take something else. You can take the bishop. You can move the knight backwards. Probably taking something is best. Maybe knight takes knight is good. Let's see what the eval thinks. It likes the move knight f4, which I think makes sense. Just bringing it back. Problem with knight f4 to me, I think, is that black has knight takes on e5, right? Pawn takes, queen takes. Is that good? I guess white can take on a7 at the end. Lots of time for how to think. Alex and Jacob. Let's see. So yeah, h pawn runs, gets blocked. Rook to g1. We do see the knight trade. Bishop hits the queen. Bishop trade off. The g pawn is hanging. That's a check. Block here, block here, block here. I mean, okay, king moves. There's bishop to h6 check. And then I guess bishop block again. I don't know. There's another a5 check. Yep, there's the bishop check. Bishop e3, I think, is needed here. Both sides at 2 minutes. Yeah, the games are just so even. It could go either way. Max versus Griffinclaw. Black looks like they're up pawns. Maybe up one pawn. Same color bishop versus knight. So that's good for San Diego, right? Up a pawn. That's a good thing. How's Suchir doing against Luminator? Luminator's winning a lot. So this is actually great for San Diego. Things are starting to turn in their favor here. So, yeah. Luminator does have a bad pawn structure, though, in front of the king. White has maybe a bit more exposed of a king. But yeah, that knight on f3 is just completely pinned. And just, yeah, black has white in a chokehold right now. Not only on the board, but on the clock as well. Rook steps up. This allows for rook d3, a monster move from black. White's going to get a pawn, but you're going to lose the knight and just be down a piece. So, yeah, and black now has the outside pass pawn. This should be a win for the board 4 from San Diego. Let's check back in with Hao. See how he's doing. Okay, that's a threat. I can see this much. Apparently this is a thing. Hold on. Where were we last? Here, here, here. Knight f4 was played. Trade. D takes, queen takes. Bishop steps up. Hits the queen. Queen steps up, hits the rook. And yeah, I don't know. Computer just loves this move for like no reason. Castles. So brave. There's this. There's like that. I don't know what's happening. Low time for Nikhil. So that's looking good for San Diego as well. What if San Diego sweeps and wins it all here in the 4th round? The only round that they win. It's the only round that they would need to win. Definitely not taking this anymore, by the way, unless you're crazy. Also taking here is a big risk as well because you're opening the e-file. Queen takes here with check. Bishop takes pawn. Gonna come here. Yeah, rook here. This is a strong check to give. That's a strong piece, just in general. You can take this guy if you want. Wait, isn't that hanging? Holy smokes. Is that just mate? No. Wait, this? Wait. Don't tell me white missed that. White missed the free rook. Does it matter? This is hanging now. Everything's hanging. Bishop here, but the knight is such a crazy good defender of the light squares from here. Defending backwards is wild, but Luminator gets their point. They're 2.5. So San Diego's, they're on the comeback. Queen takes pawn. No time for Nikhil. Hao Ping with the win. The points are flooding in for San Diego now. That actually ties up the score. There's only 2 games left. Griffin Claw is absolutely crushing on this position. With the black pieces, they're up the outside pass pawn and a 4-on-3 majority on the king side. Let's check on Jacob, the best player from Rice. Can they salvage this 4th round and at least get a draw for the regulation? So Bearded Owl, Jacob, that is the 3-for-3 player from Rice. They have the black pieces. The kings and the rooks meet in the center. They have a clash, but Jacob's actually down a pawn. He's going to need a come from behind victory here from down a pawn to force overtime, assuming that Max cannot hold this position against Ashley Ann. What's up, Jess Chawa? Good to see you. Black just pushes. Just keep pushing. Trying to play for this. Rook here. Now this or this. Computer does not like how this has been played. G4 and white has a pass pawn of their own. Oh my goodness. Max might be the hero that Rice needs. Rice can still win this. Look at this pawn go. King's stepping up. Here. Hold on. Go here. Wait. No. Why are you... Oh. Why help out the enemy? This is just a draw now. You just shuffle back and forth for like the rest of time. I don't know. What's going on over here? This game is also looking to be a draw. If both sides draw, then it still goes to overtime, which is very possible. Although time scramble here, anything could happen. White's technically up material, you guys. Draw offer declined here. And how's this one looking? They've somehow traded their outside pass pawns. I would go like rook g6. So yeah, taking on f4 is just like immediate draw. Here looking to play rook d3 check. King here though. Yeah, I don't know. This game has the most potential for anything. If you step the king up, rook a2 is annoying. Rook here, I guess, is also annoying. So yeah, risks can be made here, but that's also where mistakes can be made. So it looks like we have a potential repeat, but white declines and says, dude, I'm up a pawn. Like, I'm going to force you to change up your defense. So the king has entered attack mode. Rook lift. Hold on. Was there rook f3 there? Looked phenomenal. Check here, check, and then there's pawn push. This is just a big threat in general. Yeah, I mean, you could still do that anyways. And you see the eval bars creeping up now. So white, very wisely, yeah, gonna try to force rooks off. King steps up. Interesting. This rook's defending everything, by the way. Oh, they just drew. Wow, that's actually good for Jacob. Oh, they both drew. So both teams draw, which means they go to overtime. Crazy. So San Diego, they win the first round of the match 3-1, and that's enough for them to tie it after losing the first 2 rounds. So San Diego has all the momentum right now. They're going to look to carry that over into overtime. So let's give Max and Ashley Ann their draws. They're both at 1.5. So it should be very exciting to see them in overtime with the quick blitz, the 3+2 instead of the 5+2. Bearded Owl and Alex both getting a draw. So yeah, this is crazy. 8-8 here, folks. And now we have the 3+2 overtime round. Here we go. These are board 4s. Luminator versus Suchir. Luminator won the first one, and they seem to be the favorite. What are overtime rules? You repeat round 4, but switch colors. And instead of 5+2, it's 3+2. That's it. If this round is tied again 2-2, then we go to double overtime where we repeat that, except instead of 3+2, it's only 1+2. And the 1+2 round is repeated until the tie is broken. So we saw a double overtime earlier today, Florida taking down Duke, I believe, in Division II. Your B team went to quadruple OT last week. Very, very exciting. Yeah, sometimes just the teams are so evenly matched that it takes multiple rounds to decide. Here we'll see. Like I said, San Diego has the momentum right now. They could carry it over through. Maybe just this 4th round matchup is favoring them somehow. Like, I definitely think San Diego is favored on board 4. Maybe a slight favor on board 1. Where did the draws come? The draws came from boards 2 and 3. So the middle matches are even according to the last match. But I think Jacob should have I was going to say slight advantage. Maybe it's even a significant advantage on board 2. So if Jacob can pick it up here, that's kind of what Rice needs. Yeah, here we're already seeing that Luminator is starting to get an advantage against Suchir. Well, White has the bishop pair, but it's still completely even. Interesting to see how White's going to continue. Just, yeah, bring the queen up, connecting the rooks, but that's going to blunder, actually. Black finds this really nice tactic. Knight here comes with a threat, which is very interesting. I missed that myself. So the rook has to go. And we'll see if Suchir can hold on to this. This would be huge for Rice. Maybe there was like a knight a4 idea that could have been played. Let's look at the other games. Let's see what's going on. Here we've got Ashley Ann versus Max. They just drew the previous game. This pen, somewhat annoying. Black just completed their development. White is one move away. Rook over. Black trying to open up the center here. Rook to the c file, pawn push. I would have gone here, I think. Just me personally. But yeah, black is taking space on the queen side, but this allows white to have a connected pass pawn. Notice black has double pawns on the f file. So this could be a long-term advantage for Ashley Ann. Let's check on the top boards here. Nikhil hoping to get revenge against Howe. Again, we see this bishop pointing at the king and a strong center for white. So I like white, but of course this f6 move comes in a very timely manner, just attacking the center, right? We see pawn take, so that undoubles the e pawns, but this leaves both sides with backwards pawns. Trying to trade off this bishop. This is actually not the best piece for black. So trading here, I think, is advantageous for Hao Ping. So bishop d3, I'm not a big fan of for white. Nikhil should have probably kept this bishop on the board. That was the good bishop, and this was black's bad bishop. You see these pawns on light squares and these pawns on dark squares. So the dark square bishop isn't very good. And giving up the bishop means that you're going to have to survive with this knight on e4, immediately hitting the rook. Rook is needed here. Like, this black king is looking safer. White's king is starting to look exposed after g4 has been played. So this is still looking good for San Diego's top board. Let's check in with Jacob from Rice. So this last game was a draw. Rice's board 2 has been able to defeat all of the San Diego players except for Alex Brooks here, who only had a draw going into the 4th round. So looks like Brooks is doing well here yet again against Jacob. Knight b4 just looks very annoying, right? Force the rook off the d file. We see the pawns traded off first. Jacob has this very well placed bishop in the center. And now this pawn is hanging, actually. Moldo Dan, thanks for the follow. Welcome. So yeah, this position is somewhat complicated. This bishop can get contested at some point, right? You can push and try to deflect the anchor point for the bishop, if you will. Let's check on the board 4s again. So they were the first match to start. This king, I don't know, how is the bishop in the corner? This king is just so much more safe. So yeah, very peculiar position. Definitely favoring black. This knight has no good moves. Although this pawn is weak. So white's going to try to pick off this e-pawn. In the meantime, black is going to double on the c-file and try to infiltrate the position. White could have taken on e4 then and there, but deciding to contest the c-file while you still can. So this way, queen takes. Rook attacking the d-pawn, but it's defended already by the knight, and now defended again by the rook. What? What is queen h4? Suchir. All right. Okay, so that was obviously not a good move. So yeah, Lumen Eater's looking pretty good here. I think they might win it. Oh, and we have a result. Max gets a win. So that's good for Rice. Let's look on Nikhil under 10 seconds. Bringing the attack, knight check, but okay, maybe you take this. Knight h3 check, king back. Is this going to be repetition? Oh, there's queen takes g4 right now, followed by knight check. That's a little puzzle rush move. Bishop lined up, defending the pawn and threatening to attack the queen. This knight needs to come out somehow. But if you go here, pawn push, and that knight's going to get pinned and lost. How is now under pressure? What's the move here? No, e4 wins immediately. Nikhil finds it. Pawn takes, but now knight takes. Up a piece is white. King is on the run, but low time, anything can happen. There goes a pawn. Forcing queens off, that's wild. Why would you do that? You're down a piece. There goes that. I mean, trying to play for the clock, but this increment is, it's going to get the job done, I think, for Nikhil. Trading off that last piece. We might see resigns. I don't know. Lumen Eater gets the win for San Diego's board 4. So that ties things back up at 9. Down to 2 games left. This is looking like a win for Nikhil. How's Jacob doing? Jacob is crushing Alex. So looks like Rice is going to swing things back around here in the 5th round. Both their last two players are up a piece. This could be the match. So props to oh, this could be a stalemate. It's not over yet, folks. It's not over yet. But yeah, Rice definitely could have been rattled after round 4, but they kept their composure, getting a key win on the top board from Nikhil when their team needed it most. And looks like I said, Jacob's going to turn things around here. Oh, there goes a bishop. But yeah, just don't stalemate. Playing, oh my God. How won? No way. This is a must-win situation now for Jacob. Luckily, it looks good. Just don't stalemate. A stalemate would be a win for San Diego. I thought Nikhil would just completely crush. Let me look at that real quick. What on earth happened? We had a pawn sneak past. Wow. Here, and the king gets in behind the defense. No way. How gets their 4th? I mean, that's how you do it, I guess. Oh my goodness. Don't stalemate. I swear. Don't go here. Okay, check. Come on. You can do it. Check. What are we doing here, folks? What are we doing here? All right. King here now. Force mate next. All right. We're going to go to double overtime. I thought Nikhil had that in the bag. So Jacob Williams with the win. And that ties us up at 10 points each again. Oh my goodness. Just when I thought it was over, you can't count out this San Diego team with their backs against the wall for the second time. I mean, how is just down a piece here, right? They bring the king in. Pawn push. You can take this. But okay, pawn check, just bringing the king to c3. Just speed running it. Apparently this is still a draw, by the way. This is still zeros. After this move, there's a couple ways to draw. There's king d2, king d3, or knight to d5, apparently. That's it. Well, we take this, and now it's just winning for black. Oh, man, the drama. Extra chess we go. All right, we've got a Sicilian, open Sicilian. Max. So these two players, they drew the first time in Blitz. And then Max won the second time. So now here we are in the third time that they're playing. What's going to happen here? Yeah, I think San Diego has the advantage on boards 1 and 4, and then Rice has the advantage in boards 2 and 3. So, yeah, we'll have to see what happens, like what's going to break this tie. Here's a check. King in the corner. This pawn is hit. That's a free piece. The bullet is just too much. Bishop tugs back. Mission accomplished. So Max, big mistake early on, just seconds into the game. But as we've seen, piece advantages mean nothing. Anything is about to happen right now still. Plenty of time left, though. Yeah. There goes one pawn. Bishop's going to come back. Right? Knight takes, there's this. Okay, that's hit. So Griffin Claw up a piece. This bishop's not very good, though. This rook isn't involved. This guy's hit. Rook here is a smart move. Trying to trade that off. You can go here, probably. Yep, and maybe double. White has a 3-on-2 majority, but let's check out some of the other games. Wait, did this game already finish? There's like no shot. What? Excuse me? They have like more time than they started with. Queen's Gambit declined. Takes, check. Okay. Wow. That rook is just grabbing everything. Okay. Okay, Suchir. That's a huge point for Rice. That was just another Vota's Gambit. Okay. Rice is feeling pretty good about that. Jacob doing well here. We have opposite side castles. This pawn is on h7 somehow, but the king is using it as protection, as shelter. Notice white has given up their dark square bishop, so this is a very key defender. Yeah, like this knight's really well placed now. Bishop here, we'll have opposite color bishops. Rice is gonna have to carry that victory and see if they can run with it. Yeah, Alex low on time here. Less than 15 seconds. How is still at a minute. Nikhil under 30 seconds. But How is down in exchange. So that doesn't look great for How. But rook here, king here, knight check. Pick that up. Yeah, do this. Do this and maybe that's a draw. I don't know. Just go here. That's all I'm saying. Didn't do it. You're sacking that. Rook here, though. There's no rook here. What? So you win the exchange. Still probably a draw. Yeah, here, not giving that up. Very wise. Trading that, taking here, forcing it. So this is just a draw, but like we've seen crazy things happen. Back to Jacob's game. That's a free queen. What are we doing? Dude, 2 San Diego players just giving up free queens. That's 2 of the 4 games by free queens. Jacob with the point. 5.5 out of 6. San Diego's going to need a miracle to hold on here. They had one last round, but they might be out of miracles. This game, are they going to just draw? It's 2 bishops versus a rook. Black plays on, understandably so. The bishops are better than the rook, for sure. Check king here. I mean, the pawns are going to drop like flies. So that's going to be good for San Diego. But the problem is this game. Nikhil needs to just hold the draw. We've seen them struggle before, and they're also down on the clock. This is a must-win for How. And I don't think you can do it. I mean, this is going to draw out to repetition. Whoa, didn't do that. Yeah, How cannot be repeating. So, but there's just zero progress to be made. It's impossible. They're just getting closer and closer to a draw. Rook in now. Yeah, Griffin Claw 1. So Ashley Yang gets to 2.5. But is it going to be enough? No. How is going to drop the G pawn and the H pawn? Oh no. Yeah, your king is forced back. I mean, Nikhil's going to win this. And that's going to be the match. Crazy. Jacob hung it earlier too. in this same game. Knight here looks devastating. I guess this is hanging. Bishop takes c8. Oh, there's that as well. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a bullet game. That's just, yeah, that's unfortunate. What did you need? Bishop takes c8 twice. Twice. All right, anyways. Did Nikhil win yet? Yeah, they did. They resigned. That was a fork. All right, Nikhil, congratulations. You've carried your team. I guess Jacob technically carried the team, but it was a team effort, a team victory. Took 2 overtimes to determine, but Rice gets the win, 13-11. Awesome match. Congratulations to Rice B. Apparently the first match that they played this entire season, round 4. We're like 5 weeks into the season. But yeah, let's pay out the prediction. Rice, congratulations. And they are having a perfect season, apparently. All right. Close one to San Diego, but they were behind the entire match until round 4, where they brought it back in a must-win situation. 3-1 to tie it, forcing overtime. And then I thought Rice would win it in the first overtime. Crazy comeback from Hao Ping, bringing it back to double OT, but not able to get the job done in round 6. So yeah, thank you all for being here. Appreciate it. Hope you had a good time. That was a fun match to watch. That's it for this round 4. I'm done for today. I'm going to head out. But we're going to send you off on a raid, so stick around for that. Let's see who's on. Appreciate everyone. And yeah, have a good one. Take care.